Hello and welcome you all to AN Automation. Today we will discuss about the details of Simocode Pro V or Pro 5. So basically you need a TI Portal V18 software to doing this. So at first we are just click to open this. Now my TI Portal V18 is opening and we will create a new project at here. We'll name it the Simocode training material and we'll just click to create. Now my project is creating. It will take some few times, and after my project have been created, there will be a screen like this, and you just need to project view to enter into the program view. When you come to the program view, you will see this kind of page. There are no Simocode, nothing, is a blank new program here. Then you just need to click add new device to create your first Simocode module. From here you can install any controller, HMI or PC system from here, but for Simocode we are just clicking to the control devices, and here we are getting the drives and starter system, detecting and monitoring system, and most of the detecting and monitoring systems comes under this kind of drop down list. So here we can see that the Cyrus monitoring and control device is here. You just click to drop down it, and you can see the Simocode motor management systems have been showing here. So after you drop down this, the Simocode Pro arrives here. Then the basic unit you just need to select. For this reason for this purpose we are taking Simocode Pro VPB. This means Profibus, this means Modbus, this means PN means Profinet and Moron, and so on. So after clicking your selected module, you can see the physical demonstration, some graphical pictorial view of your device from here, and you can see the Simocode Pro 5 Profibus module can showing here, and the article number is also so below this module, and the version you can select what kind of version you are using. There you can see the version 1.1 to 4.1. All types of versions are available here, and you can show also the description here. What is the motor management unit you are using. You can see there is a Profibus DP supportization. Simocode Pro V 0.30 ampere to 820 ampere module you can select. Current measuring module or current voltage measuring you can select. Expandable or expansion module which can be selected by your program separately. So after clicking OK, there will be we will give a program wizard or a wizard software where you will have to see the application function of the Simocode Pro V. So for this basic reasons we are selecting the direct starter. If you need to parameterize initially, you can click start parameterization wizard, or you can directly finish it here and parameterize on your own on backside. So we have discussed in our earlier video about the start parameters wizard. Now we are finishing this and parameterizing from the program. So you can see the control device have been added successfully, and there you can see there are no charts here. Okay, so in device configuration we just want to see how many amperes of Simocode module have been connected. So there is a IM module is connected 0.3 ampere to 3 ampere module have been connected. If you need to increase this, you just need to click delete. After deleting, you just need to add some current measuring input from catalog details. If suppose you need 10 ampere for a 10 ampere motor, then you just need to select the IM 2.4 to 25 ampere module. Then you just need to put it in here. This is the specified slot for this. If you just want to drop down it any other location, you can see there is no permissible way to drop it, and you only have to drop it here. Here is the control device setting options. After you can get the IM module, you can take the DIDO module also. we tell it DM mono. This means you are installing a external DIDO or extended DIDO module in the besides of your control device. And you can also add some other device like analog module. If you need analog input and analog output module, then you need to select an AM module. If you need an earth fault module or ground fault module, then just you need to drop down it here. This is the EM is the ground fault module. You can see the ground fault detection modules with this MLFB. If after selecting any of these device, you can show its descriptions and view from here. And this is the temperature module. If you add this, the temperature modules will be added. And you can also change the OPD module from here. If you just click the OPD, delete the OPD module, you can see there have so many OPD modules here. Detail operator panels. There is OP panel, which is a small display. I can show you graphically. This is a small display. This is a basic least basic module for OPD. If you just don't need this, if you want to parameterization from your panel or your panel door where it will be mounted, then you will need to add these types of OPD. This type of OPD means this OPD have the features of with display, light gray, language setting, and menu. So many features have been available in this OPD. You can parameterization the Simocode by here. After adding the Simocode module, you just need to go to the parameterization it. After adding, you can see the what is the article number and what is the your feeder number, device family, what is your requiring marking. You can done a plant and differ. Suppose it is rolling mill section 2. So you can directly identify the module where is the backup is used. Here you can change the field bus interface access. Here you can change also the interface access of your device. Station address, what is the station address, then configuration. If your motor have a specifically thermistor unit, then you can just click it here to monitor the motor temperature from here. And you can also change your operation by clicking on your application. By clicking here, the application will be changed as you need. There are so many applications like overload relay, direct starter, reversing starter, molded case circuit breaker, star delta starter, star delta reversing starter, dehandler starter, handler reversing starter, pole changing starter, pole changing reversing starter, solenoid valve, positioner, some positioner options, soft starter reversing mode. That's kind of that's kinds of application you can do from the Simocode. Then in motor protection, you can select that your reset will be manual from or auto. If you select auto, then automatically it will reset after the fault, or when warning will occur, it automatically resetted. But if you select manually, then then the fault, when the fault occur, you have to automatically manually reset this from your Simocode, or there have some reset buttons or from program. I am showing how your program from where it will be manually reset from program. Okay, those set current will be the rated current will be given here. You will just need to give your rated current, how much your motor current will be there, and you can select the motor classes for that, what class of motor you are using, and the response time, trip, warning, deactivate. If you deactivated the all the motor protection system will be deactivated. If you go to in a signal, suppose you are in a PLC in remote module, then the signal will provide to the PLC will operate the Simocode trip. If you directly select it trip, then the Simocode individually take the decision to make a trip. Okay, so there have no remote tripping option or remote cyclic interfacing data between the your PLC and your Simocode. So here is a cooling down period. How much cooling down period we require to restart your module. Okay. Type of load, what is the type of load, single phase or three phase. There have single phase or three phase, both kind of output you can monitor or you can operate. And the response time will also can be given here. Okay, so there have also an unbalanced protection for your system. This is the unbalanced protection. This is the current unbalanced system. Basically, we are, for safety reasons, we are setting it to 20% and give it to the trip level. If 20% of unbalance between you three phase have been come, then it will automatically trip in the delay time between 0.5 seconds. Stalled rotor, if the stalled rotor will arrive, means stalled rotors is a very good features provided by the Siemens modules and Siemens drive, that if your drive or motor is stalled, then the Simocode will automatically generate that the your rotor is stalled, means it's not moving. When it will arrive, basically when the vibro feeder like applications where the material, basically raw materials are abnormally or unmanaged in a download in an unmanaged way to the hopper, in that case sometimes the material will stuck for some reason. There are some big stones or something will arrive, then the what will happen, the rotor stalled, means rotor can move and it draw a enormous current which is not good for a motor. It can burn its rotor winding, it can burn the connecting phases, or it also can burn your connecting wires also, if the connecting wires are not potentially suitable to abrupt that current of, or to consume that kind of um, enormous current. So in that time it will take for 0.5 seconds delay, means 500 millisecond delay to get a trip signal for about of 200. If your current is 200 of your rated current, 200% of your rated current, this is the physical funda. This is the physical module description of here. You can see the, this is also a mechanical divisions, and from motor control you can set how your motor will be controlled. For this I need to close all this, because if we not closing this, so there have basically, for this types of module you have uh, two types of mode selection options. There are local 2 and remote. Okay, so how we can elaborate this? Suppose these two are our two bits, S1 and S2. From S1, what we have taken? We have taken a Profibus bit. What we have come from a remote device, and one is a fixed level. When the fixed only when we give only the fixed level, you can see there have no Profibus data. That means 0, and there have a fixed level 1. So in that condition the Simocode will operate in local mode. In local mode means it can on off by these signals. Okay, you can select only off or only on or only on off, both you can select from this. BU input means, there is a BU unit means your Simocode digital input, predefined digital input. You can tell, you can also told in Simocode, in a basic CP control device you have get 4 numbers of inputs, and these four numbers of input you can take any of them to start stop this, start stop any motor, or start stop the Simocode, or give a command to the Simocode to getting starts or stop. So if you want to communicate the data, communicate with this remotely, or operate this module in remotely, then you just need to select this, the cyclic receive bit high from your PLC side. Then what will happen, your Profibus data and fixed data both will high, and it will automatically go to the mode in remote mode. From remote mode you can select any other data, where what kind of bit you are using from your DCS or PLC side. If you select the, if you have force the particular bit from your on or off, then it will operate as a on or off. Or you can select, also select this as a only on, only off, or only on off both. You can select this. If you need operator panel to do this, then you can select here the operation panel bits. Okay, just a minute. Where is the operation module? operation monitoring, no, not this one, control station. This is on and this is off. You just need to take this for run this motor from your operating display or OPD. Okay, right now this is the basic features of your Simocode Pro devices. There have control functions also available here. Types of load will be, you can select what is the types of load, motor or resistive load, and control station, what you can on off you are requiring to control, give the control command to the Simocode. Auxiliary control input status or current flowing status will be, can be given here. This means the current, actually status of the current flowing status means that in running time what kind of current we are flowing, that data will be shown here. Okay, so you can take the feedback time change or execution time will be here. 0.5 will be the feedback time, means in every 0.500 millisecond cycle it will, the feedback will come to the Simocode controller, and execution time is 1 second, means for every controlling, if you start, if you press a start button, it will take 1 second time to operate physically. This means that this is the timing features of the Simocode. So now the machine monitoring time, you can give the hysteresis of your analog input outputs, and the trip level you can select what milliampere it will be trip. Suppose 5 ampere will be 5 milliampere will be a trip second. Then you can give the tripping cycle of that. If the upper limit we are getting the TFM except with TPF, if the motor running except TPF, motor if motor running but without feedback is not coming, then you can select this. If motor is running except TPF, the startup override. If the motor is running but the status is showing open, you can select this, select this option. Trip delay, how much time will take to trip delay. If you select 2 seconds, it will take 2 second time to give a delay. If you set the lower limit, then if you try to activate it in the higher limit, you just need to activate, then you can select this trip, or you can select a signal. If you want to give the lower limit, then you can also give the lower limit here. Always on, if the motor is running a set TPF. If the trip delay you are want to give 1 second, if 1 second, after 1 second it will be tripped, then you can just strip it here. So this is the basic function of the feedback system. Okay, then the in temperature module you have to just select how much degree to how much degree you are using, and what is the warning level. If you want to select the warning level minus 100 degree, and the signal will be trip, then the trip level is greater than, then the T activity is warning. Okay, this is the upper limit of temperature sensor. Higher limit, lower limit also can select by this. Motor operating hours, we can select it from here. If you select our motor will operate for 3 hours, then automatically stop, then or give a signal. Then if you want to give a operating hour at here, after 3 hours it automatically generate a signal from to the PLC, and PLC will automatically give the command to close. And the stop time will be, you can give here for 2 hour response will be warning. Stop time will be means for every after every start it will take 2 hours of stop time. This kind of features you can get. You can give numbers of start of monitoring motor. The numbering start, permissible start for 1 hour. If you need, if in 1 hour only 3 start can be possible, then you can give it here. And you can set the hour. In 1 hour you will permit the only 3 start per start. After the 3 start, it will not start again. If you want to activate it, then trip, means if fourth start command will give from the PLC or any local panel, it will automatically trip. And after 1 hour it will permit us to give any start command. If the trip level you are going to do this in trip level, and if you want to give some delay, then 0.2 second. If you want to in trip level you want to give some delay, you can do this. external ground fault, you need to, this is because we are using external ground fault device here. This is this module is separately sense the ground fault is arrived or not. Okay, so in that case, what, how much kind of, how much ampere of current you are going to allow for a ground fault, if you will have to put it down here. And if you want that always, if motor off or on, in both condition you are want this ground fault, then you need to just put always on. Otherwise, the two more options is here, if motor is running or if motor is running with startup override. So we only give this, the motor is running, if say the TPF run, and the delay will be 0.5 second or 0.2 second. 0.5 seconds is the minimum time, so we'll have to give this. And you can also set the warning level. If you want the warning level on 0.30, you can also select this and you can just select it to warning. This is the trip level and this is the warning level. You can, here you can generate the warning level and trip level both as well as. And this is the all setting we have described in machine monitoring tool. There have input signal types. If you want 4 to 20 milliampere, then you can select this. You can 0 to 20 milliampere, because you can select it. You can select it as a trip. When it's open, feedback will come. Here you can select two inputs you are using as a AI, or one input AI or one input AO. These kinds of module. You can select the PT or KTY temperature sensor or NTC temperature sensor, negative temperature coefficient type temperature sensor also we can be attached here. And the active sensor also you can select it from here. This is for analog module 2. Okay, we have select a different analog module, so this kind of features are showing, but in only for control device this kind of feature will not show you. In output section you will get all the BU connectors and the DM outputs, and also the analog output module, how much, how kind of analog output you will get. And the end value will be 27648. It's mean it will give you a analog output of signal of 27648 to 15-bit output will it generate. And as long as you have to scaling the 15-bit output. If you take this analog output in your PLC, then if you need to get a scaling block of 15-bit scaling block you have to use. And you can also see here the bytes, means this bytes means what are the cyclic data sent to the PLC, you can show here. And this analog value will directly go to the PLC via this address. You can put it here what kind of analog value you are going to provide your PLC. If you said maximum current IMAX, that means what type of current we are taking, you can directly put it here to the analog values and it will take this. And you can select acyclic data from here which are not required for the Simocode in this application. So there have test options are here. You can select test 1, test 2, test 3 and more like that, what kind of operation you are just going to test. And there have logic modules from here which we will have described after we are showing the CFC chart. Because the if you put the logic from here, logic module, you are using logic for logic modules from here, you unable to understand how the operation of the logic modules will operate. So we need to go to the chart for describe this or more. Compatibility tools, compatibility mode, you can select the compatibility mode of here. You can select the Profibus mode of this device. There will be DPP0 and DPP1, both type of Profibus communication protocol have been available in 3UF50 Simocode module. And what kind of the module or what is the parameterization you need, you can select here. 1 is basic, 2 is semi basic, and 3 is fully expertise. Analog value, you can trigger input and output of a analog value recording. If you want to take a analog analog value for Current. If you suppose you are uh, want to take the group fault of no, this is the status monitoring ground fault, external event, short circuit, fault warning, current limits, and operating monitor. If you just need to show the temperature, okay, if you just want to show the temp, if your temperature is going upward, then what kind of will trigger will be generated. You can select also the positive or negative error. That means if your temperature goes to above this module, above the temperature you are selecting, that means you are pre-triggering is, if you say 55%, if the 55% temperature will go, after 55% it will automatically trigger, and how much temperature it takes it will automatically record, and you can take the data whenever you require. And from operator panel with display you can change both so many things, like what kind of return operation display after you can take that's manually, or 3 second or 10 second, you can directly select it, and you can change also the languages. You can see the Chinese, Russian, and all more other 1 2 3 4 5 6 language can we can download it here. Contrast, also change the contrast. This that means brightness of your operating panel you can change from here, but we can change the brightness of the operator panel from operator OPD also, not from here, or OPD also. And you can change the phase sequence of your outputs of your Simocode. That means if your motor is running reversely, okay, if your motor is moving or rotating in reverse direction, then you can just need to change it. Okay, so change is operating position, and you just need to have you just select it here to show what kind of information data you are just showing. You need to show in operator display. Suppose we need a IMAX, what kind of ampere I am taking, what kind of ampere data we are taking, so total IMAX will show. If you need in three, how is three phase data, then you need to I1 IL1 IL2 IL3 in this kind of modes. Display, fault, display, what kind of one, if you select, want to display your fault, then you have to just put it down in display. If you do not want to display, then click to do not display. If you want to show the fault, then click on fault display. If you not want to show the faults, then click on do not display. This is the basics of parameterization part of your Simocode. After that the commissioning part will come, which we will discuss later.